As the evening grows quiet and the weight of the day loosens its hold, you are safe here, resting in the calm of this gentle moment, with no tasks ahead and no demands pressing near. Only the softness of night air and the steady rhythm of your breath, each inhale smooth, each exhale unhurried, each pause between them a reminder that you are free to rest, to simply be, to ease into stillness, and to notice how the room feels steady, how the dim light settles across the walls, how the simple sound of silence carries you unbroken and kind, like a soft blanket drawn slowly over your shoulders, inviting you to release every detail you carried before, letting them drift far away, smaller and smaller, until they feel light enough to vanish. And as your body grows heavier against the bed, as your shoulders sink into the surface beneath you, as your hands and your feet find their own easy stillness, you may picture yourself surrounded by warmth and by peace. The world outside calm and quiet, the world within calm and quiet. And in this easy place, we will linger on simple stories of everyday life. Small kindnesses shared, friends at ease, moments of comfort that arrive without effort. The quiet joys of ordinary days, told gently at a slow and steady pace, to keep your mind settled and your body ready for rest. And as these simple pictures unfold in the dark, you can let yourself drift deeper, knowing you are safe, knowing you are steady, knowing you are ready to rest, because everything is steady tonight. In this quiet space where your body has already begun to loosen and your breathing has found its slower rhythm, we can move gently into the heart of the night story, a soft path into small joys and steady comforts, where simple acts of kindness and the quiet weaving of friendship become the gentle fabric of rest. And the air itself feels calm, like cool night air slipping easily through an open window, carrying with it the scent of leaves and earth, steady and reassuring. And here, in this steady place, we begin to notice the ease of everyday life. The way a smile exchanged on a front porch feels just as settling as the hush of waves on a distant shore, or how the sound of a kettle rising to steam in a quiet kitchen holds the same calm weight as lamplight falling across a wooden floor, warm and familiar, guiding the mind to rest without any effort. Only the soft noticing of ordinary beauty, the kind that belongs to unhurried moments, like a neighbor setting down a basket of fresh bread, or a friend pulling a chair closer as evening lingers. And with each small detail, the mind has less to carry, the body has less to hold. The atmosphere becomes one of gentle repetition, the kind that eases thought into silence, the kind that lets memories soften into something round and glowing, where time does not push or pull, where everything simply rests as it is. And as you follow these images, you might notice how easy it is to settle with them, as if the whole room joins in the rhythm of calm, steady as a heartbeat, steady as a tide. And when you return to them in thought, they are still there, simple and close, always ready to ease you, always ready to remind you that everything is steady tonight. And again, as the mind circles through these gentle moments, you are reminded that no effort is required. No story must be followed to its end, only the softness of a slow unfolding, like dusk slipping into evening, then into night. The edges blurred and quiet, until you find yourself carried by the flow of simple scenes, ordinary yet complete, steady yet alive, each one a lantern in the dark, glowing low, never demanding, always offering. And as they repeat in soft patterns, you may find yourself breathing slower still, each word another layer of calm, each pause a place to rest. And within this unfolding, you might imagine sitting on a quiet bench beneath a tree, the cool wood beneath your hands, the faint rustle of leaves above, a single bird settling into its nest, and the sky dimming without urgency. A reminder that time can move softly, that stories can be told at the pace of rest, and that every moment in this gentle telling has space enough for you to simply drift, to let the details pass in their own slow order, to notice one, then let it fade, then notice another, and always to find yourself welcomed back into stillness, as if the world itself leans toward ease, and with each return, the kindness of ordinary life shines a little brighter, like a porch light waiting at dusk, like a soft word offered at just the right time, like a shared glance that needs no explanation, simple things that steady the mind, gentle things that invite sleep. And so the story grows, not by urgency, but by layering, moment upon moment, until you are surrounded by a fabric of calm that has no seams, only softness, only ease, a comfort that continues as long as you wish, holding you, guiding you, reminding you once again that everything is steady tonight. The night stretches open with calm intention, wide and unbroken. And into this calmness, we place the gentle rhythm of everyday life, noticing again and again how the smallest details can steady the spirit, how the most ordinary gestures can shine softly in memory. And so we move through slow cycles, letting each picture linger until it rests deeply in the mind, then allowing it to fade as another arrives, a rhythm without urgency, like the rise and fall of waves at the edge of a quiet shore, each repetition carrying you deeper into stillness, each repetition offering another way to settle. And the story of kindness and friendship moves not in grand turns, but in steady circles, circling again and again until every detail feels as familiar as your own breath, as steady as your own heartbeat. And so we begin the first of many gentle turns. Imagine a friend waving as you pass by, not hurried, not loud, only the slow lift of a hand and a small smile, a wordless reminder that you are seen, that you belong. And as this picture settles, you feel the weight of the day ease further from your shoulders, like a heavy coat being lifted away, leaving only ease, leaving only warmth. And in that warmth, another picture arises, the glow of lamplight through a window as you walk along a quiet street, the yellow light soft against curtains, steady and calm, promising safety, promising comfort. And in the hush of that walk, you notice the cool night air on your face, steady as it passes, soft against your skin, steady enough to remind you, without words, that everything is steady tonight. And as that refrain rests in your mind, we circle once more, this time to the image of a wooden porch where neighbors sit quietly, rocking chairs, moving in slow rhythm, the creak not sharp but steady, a sound that blends with the crickets in the grass, with the hush of leaves in the branches, all moving in one slow pattern that asks nothing of you but rest. And when you let that image fade, another comes, perhaps a kitchen table where bread cools in the evening, the air filled with the faint scent of crust and warmth, the kind of scent that drifts slowly and stays, filling the room with its comfort, filling the body with ease. And as you notice it, the body sinks further into stillness, the breath steadier, the heart softer, and again the story moves in its circle, never in haste, always in repetition, so that even as one picture drifts away, the calm remains, always steady, always whole. Now imagine walking a garden path at dusk, the gravel crunching softly beneath your feet, the air damp with a faint smell of earth and flowers closing for the night, petals folding inward, colors dimming in the gentle light. And along the path, a wooden bench waits, cool and still, offering a place to pause. And when you sit, the world moves slower still, as though the entire garden sighs into evening with you. And in this sigh, you know you are carried deeper into rest, for every sound has softened, every sight has gentled, every moment asks nothing. And once more, as you sit beneath the dimming sky, you are reminded with quiet certainty that everything is steady tonight. The story continues in these patterns, always simple, always calm, like weaving threads of the same color through soft cloth, the fabric growing thicker and warmer with each pass. And as it grows, you feel the calm settle more deeply, not only in your thoughts, but in your body, your arms, your legs, every part of you welcomed into the slow rhythm of rest. Each repetition a lull, each picture a lantern placed carefully in the night, glowing softly, never fading, always guiding you deeper. And so we linger in this cycle, gentle and unbroken, until every part of you knows, without needing to think, that the story is only here to hold you, that the night is only here to soothe you, that every detail is part of one steady calm, one steady breath, one steady kindness, and through it all, like a soft thread tying the story together, you remember again, everything is steady tonight. The night unfolds without edges, stretching wide and calm. And in this spacious calm, we take another turn through the simple heart of the story, circling slowly, adding only light layers, never rushing, never forcing, letting kindness and friendship settle deeper as we revisit them in new ways. And so the telling continues like a soft tide, each wave similar to the last, yet carrying a slightly different glimmer. And the rhythm itself becomes the comfort, steady and easy, unbroken, like the swing of a hammock in a shaded yard. And into this rhythm, we bring gentle clarifications, the kind that are not corrections, but quiet additions, soft details that broaden the scene without shifting its calm. And these details come as naturally as the fading of light at dusk, blending into what has already been said, deepening the stillness without effort. Imagine now 5 small elements that shape the calm in ordinary life. A porch light glowing softly at the edge of a driveway. A book resting open on a table with pages fluttering gently. The low hum of a refrigerator in a quiet kitchen. The scent of fresh grass after a soft rain. The hush of curtains moving in a slow breeze. Each one a thread of stillness. Each one blending with the others into a fabric of calm. And together they form a background that does not demand attention, but simply surrounds you, like the soft weight of a blanket across your lap, steady and present. The story moves gently back to friends again, sitting together on a cool evening, not in conversation, but in companionable silence, the kind where words are not needed, because the presence itself is the kindness, and the silence itself is the gift. And as you linger with them, you notice how the air carries the faint scent of wood smoke from a distant chimney, how the stars above shimmer quietly, how the night carries everything in its soft rhythm. And in that rhythm, you feel yourself drift, guided not by plot or by thought, but by repetition, by images, by the steady layering of calm. Everything is steady tonight. And as that refrain rests in your mind, you may picture the ease of an open field at dusk, the tall grasses leaning slowly in a mild wind, their movement soft as a whisper, the earth cool beneath your feet, the sky painted with long strokes of fading color, and all around, the sense that the world is preparing to sleep, creatures quieting, air cooling, light softening. And in this preparation, you find your own preparation, your body moving naturally toward rest, your thoughts loosening, your breath steadying. And when this picture fades, another begins, perhaps the hush of a library where shelves stand quietly, the faint scent of old pages and polished wood, the light dim but warm, footsteps hushed against the floor, the air filled not with words, but with stillness. And even in this place, far from the field, far from the porch, the same steady comfort holds, because kindness and friendship are not bound to one setting. They appear wherever calm lives, wherever ordinary details are allowed to glow. And so the story turns again, bringing you back to the same center, always familiar, always safe, always steady, so that even as you drift, you are never far, always within reach of the same thread, the same glow, the same refrain that reminds you gently and clearly, everything is steady tonight. The story circles back one final time, drawing together every calm detail into a spiral of rest, never rushing, always returning, as though each image has been waiting to guide you more deeply into stillness. And so the last turn begins with the same gentle rhythm, slow and wide, carrying you like a boat on water, drifting without need for direction, the surface steady, the horizon unbroken, the movement softer with each passing moment. And in this softness, you remember again the porch light glowing at dusk, the kind smile of a friend, the scent of bread cooling on a kitchen table, the hush of grass in the evening air. And each of these memories settles like stones placed carefully in a path, leading only toward quiet, only toward ease. As the spiral deepens, repetition itself becomes comfort. The return of lamplight, the return of gentle footsteps on gravel, the return of laughter softened into silence. And with each return, the body grows heavier against the bed, the breath steadier, the mind quieter, and the story no longer asks to be followed, but simply held, like the warmth of a blanket that covers you in layers, familiar and secure. Everything is steady tonight. The refrain lingers like a bell fading into distance, its sound carried long and low, wrapping the night with its certainty. And as it echoes within you, the spiral brings another return. The glow of windows from a quiet street, the hush of curtains in a slow breeze, the cool seat of a wooden bench beneath your hands. Each one a reminder that the world is calm. Each one a reassurance that you are safe. Each one a step deeper into sleep. The cadence stretches longer now. The pause is wider. The air between words more spacious. And in these spaces, you are free to drift. Free to let the details dissolve. Free to let thought loosen into silence, as though clouds have covered the last traces of day, leaving only the comfort of night, steady and whole. Everything is steady tonight. The spiral draws its final circle, softer than the rest. A return to the beginning where the body settles, the breath slows, the world quiets, and all that remains is the gentle hum of safety, the weight of stillness, the warmth of ordinary kindness. And with this closing circle, the story releases you, not abruptly, but like a candle dimming, its glow soft, its flame calm, leaving only the afterglow of comfort in the dark. Everything is steady tonight, and so we end here, in the quiet of a safe night, with no tasks ahead, no burdens to carry, only the steady ease of rest waiting to hold you as long as you wish. And now, good night.